Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to the channel. We are here today for some more driver career mode in F1 23. We are here in Spain for the Spanish feature race. I don't know what you want to call it because it's technically not a Grand Prix, but we have some wet conditions here in qualifying, which is great just to add to some of the stresses I've been going through in the last few races. I just want to mention as well that I believe we skipped one of the races. I explained it in the last video, but I accidentally deleted some of the recordings that I had on file to edit and turn into some videos. So we are actually on race 7 now of 14 in this F2 driver career mode. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm posting driver career mode content and my team career mode content. Driver career mode, I kind of make the videos a little shorter just so you guys can enjoy the same amount of content in a smaller amount of time. But let's focus in on the race weekend here. As you guys can see, it is raining, and as most of you know, as I always say, my race pace, qualifying pace in the wet weather is pretty bad. Usually we qualify up high in dry conditions and then we just defend our way into the points or podium or even a race win. That has happened once or twice this season, I believe. But having the wet qualifying is not good for me because then I usually start a little lower and then my pace has been awful in these last few races, so we haven't really done an overtake in a few races, I believe. We're going to cross the line here. It's going to be a 139.6, and that is going to be good enough for dead last. So hopefully we can improve on this lap here, our final flyer of the session. We got 40 seconds left here through turn 1. We got to take everything nice and easy on the throttle, and we are going to improve by just a little bit through turn 4. We are currently behind Calderon, Lawson, Boschung, and Hughes, but by the time we get down into sector 2, sector 3-ish, we are up 0.5 of a second. Qualifying is now complete. I'm hoping we can at least get into the top 10 here, so we are in that reverse order for the sprint race, which will give us a better opportunity to score some points and get up in the standings here through the final corner. We are up 0.8, so definitely a big improvement on the last lap. I think it kind of started raining a little less, so a lot more grip available. But we're gonna cross the line. It's gonna be a P9, which is okay, honestly better than I expected in the wet weather. But that means for the sprint race, we're going to be starting in P2. So a good opportunity here to get some points up on the board and increase this gap on Theo Pourchaire in this Drivers' Championship as we pursue our seat in F1. Let's get right into this sprint race, guys. Let's see what we can do here. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the sprint race here in Spain. We have a pretty good qualifying, I would say, given how bad I am in the rain and our recent performances, kind of. We had a good race last time out, but we obviously had that issue with that video isn't out. But we are now 8 points in front of Yuri Vips, who I believe qualified pretty high up. So he is in the back 10, or the bottom 5, I guess, of the top 10. Starting behind Armstrong, who we have had a few battles with this season, looking to score some points here in the sprint race and further solidify our lead in this championship. We are doing better than our teammate as well. Well, we're doing better than everyone else because we're winning the championship. I've had quite a bit of practice in Spain, just not in the wet. So that's why I'm a little bit surprised of how we did that well in qualifying. Well, not that well. We took P9, but a little higher than my expectations. I saw wet weather for qualifying, and I honestly thought I'd be starting near the back of the grid. But we are here in P2 for the sprint race. The top 10 is flipped for the sprint race, and then you go back to your regular positions for the feature race. Why does everything feel so sensitive right now? But we're going to get on the grid here. Hopefully the tire wear is better than in the previous races. Why does everything feel so weird on my wheel right now? Hold on, I'm gonna try and fix this. They really need to sort out this force feedback issues with the T300. Alright, here we go for the sprint race here in Spain. We got 5 red lights, and we're late to the lights, but so is Armstrong, or he gets an awful start. We just fly off the line as we usually do, and we are underway here in Spain. So let's see, hopefully our pace is good. Has not been great in the last few races, but I'm looking to change that here, as I feel like I'm pretty decent at Spain. Cordial's already 3/10 behind this year. This is the first lap though. Let's take it nice and easy, getting these tires up to temperature. Okay, so we are on lap 3 now. DRS has been activated. Cordial is right along our right side here as we head to turn 1. We're going to leave him space to the inside and then slice him out going into turn 2. And now he has DRS, so it's going to be a little bit harder to try to keep him behind as we fly wide here. And Armstrong actually drops down into P3, starting P1, but he had that horrible start. Then we got the Williams and the Trident, but here Cordial is going to have DRS, and I think he's going to be able to make a run on us. We're going to try our best to fend him off, and if not, closely follow him before the next DRS zone. So here he comes with that DRS, and he is going to go for the move, and I think he's going to get past us cleanly before we head down into turn 1. Actually, no, we are side by side, so we can beat him with some late braking. Oh, he moves to the outside. That's moving under braking, bud. Not really allowed to do that. But now we are following, which is going to introduce a little bit of problem, which would be called some dirty air. We actually get out in front of this gap a little bit, so we just need to stay within DRS range of Cordial. We should be fine to retake that position. So we fell out of DRS range. Cordial overtakes us. We are now wheel to wheel with Armstrong, and a similar thing that has been happening in almost every race. It's starting to happen here. We are starting to lose pace. Our tires are pretty much fried already, but we only have 3 laps left to go. A lot of oversteer through this corner. Gotta be very careful with that. I think we can hold Cordial off, possibly. Or not Cordial, sorry, Armstrong off for the next few laps. I think it's going to be a little difficult. He is trailing us very closely. He does get very close once we get into DRS range, but we are just defending him at the moment. Cordial is gaining like a second a lap right now. Oh no, here he comes again, and he takes that inside spot before we can get there. We're really going to have to be late on the brakes here. Oh, Williams, it's not even Armstrong. That is Williams, who somehow manages to take the lead here, or P2, and we're already falling behind them. I don't understand how they get their tires to stay in such a good window. We're really struggling right now, so maybe we're looking at a podium spot now. We gained that 1 spot at the start of the race and then lost it to Cordial, and now Williams is taking that 2nd spot. So we're battling with Armstrong once again to try and at the very least stay on the podium here in the sprint race. Secure as many points as we can before heading into the feature race.
Final lap, push.
So we are on the final lap now. Armstrong trying to make a move here. I think we could get him. Oh, we got contact. I think I squeezed him a little bit. That is my mistake. Oh, we're wheel to wheel once again, leaving him a car's width on the inside of turn 2 there. I think that we should be good now for P3. He is still right behind us. Cordial also has the fastest lap, so his pace was really good here. He's going to secure that extra point for getting the fastest lap, and then I think we will secure 6 points maybe? I always forget how many points you get in the sprint races for F2. If I'm not mistaken, it should be 6 points for P3. We're going to cross the line just in front of Armstrong and the rest of this train that we were running.
Yes, thank you.
But we have a half-decent sprint race. We are now here for the feature race in that top 10 order. Has now been put back into, I guess, its correct position. We are starting in P9 here behind our championship rival Theo Poucher in the high-tech? I think he's in a high-tech.
Okay, radar
Might
is
be
clear.
ART.
Weather is
No, it is ART, my mistake. Yeah, so he's in the ART, and we are going to be looking to overtake him going down into turn 1. And as I say in all of these F2 videos, we always get an amazing start, so hopefully we can overtake a few positions. It is a long straight as well, down into turn 1, so a lot of opportunities if we get a good start here. I think the upper share right now, after that sprint race, is 8 points behind me, if I'm not mistaken. It might be a little more or a little less, but it's somewhere around that ballpark, so we definitely need to finish close to him at the very least. To minimize that, damage if we do finish behind him. And if we finish in front of him, then our gap is only going to increase. But preferably, we're going to want to finish as high as possible in front of Theo Poucher. As we are just getting these tires warmed up. There's still ice cold on the fronts and on the rears, honestly. Outside seems fine, but the inside of the tire, definitely not up to temperature. We'll be starting on the softs, and then I think after lap 6, we are going to box. So if our pace is bad once again, then that is not going to be good, because everyone will get the overcut done on us because we are so slow. And like we were doing in the sprint race, we were kind of just holding up the pack behind us, as we have been doing pretty much this entire season. But let's get on the grid here, and let's see what we can do in this feature race. And we got 5 red lights, and this race is underway, and we almost have contact with one of the drivers there, but we're going to thread the needle right down the middle, and we are up into P5. Not a lot of room going down into turn 1. If we go late on the brakes here, we can squeeze in past our teammate Daruvala. Oh, we are wheel to wheel with Daruvala. We don't want any collisions here if we want that Constructors Championship as well, but we're just going to slip right by him, and we are already up into P3 to start off this race. That is the start we needed to get in front of Theo Poucher. He's a man that we will be trying to keep an eye on if we can during this race. But Daruvala is coming back at us now. He's going to try and go around the outside here. It's pretty easy to defend. Just going to slice him out. We are a little slow coming out of that apex. But this isn't the greatest overtaking spot. Once DRS comes on, as always, that will be an issue. We might drop down a little bit, but we're going to try our best here to defend off Daruvala and maybe try and get caught up with Vips and Iwasa. But right now, it's not looking too good. Iwasa puts up the fastest lap at 1:30, and Daruvala is trailing us. He's picking up that slipstream. We're going to cover the inside here. I'm just going to kind of squeeze him. Not too aggressively though, just enough room so that he can get through the corner properly. Rubel's gonna have DRS here, and he is right behind us. We're gonna go to the inside immediately and not give him any room to try to overtake us down the inside. He might get past us cleanly here. We're going wheel to wheel once again, but we're gonna be, oh no. I tried to go late on the brakes, but he actually beat us on the brakes, and he overtakes us. We dropped down to P4 now. Oh my god, and we dropped down to P5 because I had a bit of a slip up, and we are running wide on the track. We dropped down to P5 now.
Trying to keep focus.
So maybe we can keep up with Vesty, try and get this spot back. We need to be within DRS range, where hopefully we can get at least P4 back. So we are going to box here, and we're already falling behind Williams. Or not Williams, we're falling behind Vesty and Daruvala. Williams now trying to make a move down into turn 1. He's going to play the usual defense that we do. And I don't know what's wrong with my pace. I think I'm just out of my league here. I don't know. It's been multiple races now that this pace has been a major issue, and we just can't seem to keep up with anyone in front of us. It's really just our one-lap pace and our defense keeping us in this championship for now. We had a good start to this season, but it's slowly and surely been dropping off as these races progress through the season. But we're going to see what we can do on the hard tire. The race is not over yet. We still have a lot of work to do. We're about halfway through this race. But I'm hoping that, putting a lap early here is going to give us a little bit of a tire advantage, maybe save us some lap time, because the tires are starting to fall off here as we get into this pit lane. And we hopefully have a good pit stop here. No mistakes. I'm not sure if they do mistakes in this F2. Smaller pit crew is going to be about 4 seconds here, it looks like. Okay, a little bit slow. And Logan Sargent has a 5-second penalty here. So we're going to come out at the very back of the grid. Logan Sargent with that 5-second penalty. He is the person right in front of us. I'm sure other drivers will start pitting in the next lap or two. We've got to warm up these tires because they are ice cold at the moment. And take it easy on this opening lap, but we still have to be quick. I don't know how to bounce that exactly. We're going to try our best here. So a bunch of drivers are pitting right now, and it seems like they are headed out of the pit lane. I'm not sure who's pit, but it looks like we've already lost some places here. We are coming out behind. Oh, I don't even know who these drivers are. That is not good. We can get around Armstrong here, try and muscle up around the corner, and then just slice him off. We got Fittipaldi in front of him. Armstrong now coming down the outside. Novalak going down the inside. And we're going to be very tight into this corner. We have a little bit of contact with Novalak. Not much I could do. Not many very places I could go. We just go right down at the middle, and we retain that P9 position for now. I'd like to stay in the points, so we're going to try our very best to retain that in the next 2 laps here. But our pace is just nowhere to be found. I don't know what's wrong. We're going to need some more F2 practice. Okay, maybe that is what my pace is gone. But for the most part, we're doing like half decent laps, I feel. Obviously, if you look at the time sheets, they're not great. Like, I don't know if it's my setup, but I need to account for some more tire wear, but then I'm just like way too slow. The car gets so draggy, and I still lose places. I feel like I'll push this car to its limit here. But we are headed on to the last lap here. And Novalak is literally right behind us before he even gets to the DRS range. So we are fighting him all the way down to Turbo Cordial now, trying to make a move. And we are just going to hover around the outside as Novalak goes wide. I think we had a little bit of contact with them, but he goes a little too deep into turn 1. And we stay in that P9 position. Thank God. He made a driver mistake there. Otherwise, we were looking at a P10. But I think we can hold this P9 now until the end of the race. Given we don't have any major lockups or spins or close calls like we did earlier in the race, costed us a P4. I mean, at the time, I was definitely going to fall back given the pace that we have at the moment. But we dropped down into P5 because of that screw up. So we just got to focus in, bring it home here, and claim the 2 points, I think. I'm not sure how many points it is for F2. But we're going to claim some points here, I believe, for this future race as Cordial Novalak trying to make one last final run at the Spanish Grand Prix here. We go deep into that corner, but who is this? Novalak? Now he's fighting us. No. Oh, we are shoving him wide. I did not mean to do that. Oh, no. No. Oh, this is the screw up I was talking about. Novalak, no. And he overtakes us on the second last corner. We were busy defending Cordial, and we lose a spot in the final 2 corners. No! Oh my gosh. P10. Well, that race is going to give us 1 point. We lost out on another point on those last 2 turns, but we're not going to talk about that. We got Owasa, Daruvula, and Yuri Vips on the podium today. Good news is Theo Poucher only comes in P6. He started in P8, so he did move up 2 spots, but it's not too bad. He only gained 7 points on us, so I think we are still safe in the Drivers' Championship. We are 3 points ahead of him, so very close race between me and Poucher, with just about half of the season left on the calendar. And at this rate, it looks like it's just going to be me and him. Dragovic and the other drivers may catch up if my pace does not improve in this last, I guess, half of the season here. And then we're also leading the Constructors Championship by 1 point, but again, I'm not very concerned with that at all. Constructors Championship in F2 does not mean anything to me. We are focusing on getting that AlphaTauri seat and trying to move our way up to Red Bull through this treacherous Red Bull racing program. However, guys, that is going to be it for this one. I've started to realize that I have a bit of an issue with the cord that plugs into my mic. It disconnects whenever you like move it around, so my mic goes out here and there, which is why there's no audio in this portion of the video. But we got Austria up next. I'm assuming there's going to be some hypothetical Red Bull scouts there, since we are part of the Red Bull racing program. The next video will actually be a My Team career mode video, so if you guys want to catch up on that, hit the playlist on the left and hit the notification bell so you guys know when the next driver career mode video is out. And I will see you guys then. Have a great day, guys.